Hi there, Shane Coleman, founder of Muscle Mender, here to show you exactly how each one of the different sets can help you with the problem that you're facing. So we're just going to start with some of the basics on what's inside of the package. You're going to find an instruction card showing you exactly how to apply this to the body part that you're using. Additionally, there is a QR code that will take you right to a video tutorial that walks specifically through the problem that you have. So for the means of this demonstration, we're just going to go kind of quickly through each one. Additionally, inside here, there are 3 different types of attachments. These are shaped after what I use on this table for my clients. That would be the palm of my hand pressing into the muscle tissue. This one is shaped after my elbow, like if I'm going to be pushing down into that tissue. And then also my thumb. So this hemisphere would be more like my thumb pushing into that. So you get to pick whichever one you think would be useful for you in the muscle tissue, right? So just think, do I want a palm, a thumb, or an elbow pressing into that muscle tissue, and then choose according to that. So we're going to demonstrate really quick utilizing the large wrap. Now this would be for typically the legs or the foot. So I can take, say I want to use the thumb on my quadricep, wrap this around wherever I think maybe there's a problem, strap it into place nice and tight, and then I begin to pump. So we're just going to make sure that the valve is closed. Once it's closed, then I'm going to begin the pump process. This is going to fill the bladder with air, and while it does that, it's going to push that attachment deeper and deeper into that muscle tissue. So I'm going to shoot on the dial. It's got 3 separate colors. Green meaning that's typically where we want to be. Yellow would be a use caution. We don't want to get too much outside of that. And the red would be never pump beyond or into that point, okay? This is based on your tolerance. If the muscle tissue is changing and moving, we should be able to create some good change. So as you begin to use the muscle tissue under that pressure, the muscle tissue will soften, which means the dial should actually go down. So this is the only tool that can show you exactly how much your muscle tissue is softening. So then I can create that contract and relax, contract and relax, and that muscle tissue begins to relax as I go through it. So that's how we work with that. Each one does come with a quick release valve. So now if I wanted to actually force my quadricep to go through its muscle mechanics, that's going to be like a squat, I can do that, right? I can go for a walk, I can move, I can bend, forcing that muscle tissue to actually work with the pressure still attached, doing what it's supposed to. To release the air, I can either push the little button here and let some of the air out, or use that quick release, or the valve on the side of the hand pump. Okay, so that's the large wrap for the legs or the feet. Then we have the arm wrap. This one is meant to be used by yourself, so you don't have to have someone else to help you with this. So say I'm going to work on golfer's elbow, tennis elbow, carpal tunnel, something like that. I'm just going to pin this along my side and then work my way all the way around and strap it into place. Once that's in place, and the attachment's where I want it, same thing, I'm going to make sure the valve is closed and begin to pump. That air is going to drive that attachment deeper and deeper into my tissue. Then I can create the movement. Okay, from there, that muscle tissue can learn to change, attach different communication to the brain, saying, hey, there's a problem here that needs to be fixed. And then the motor control nerves also get to start working underneath that pressure. So I'm going to do a large range of motion as much as I can. So as long as I'm stretching and moving and contracting and relaxing the muscle tissue I'm working on, that's what I want. Same thing here. Release the air with the valve, unstrap, unwrap, and we're done. Then we can go on to the torso. So this one is going to be a lot longer. In order to reach all of those hard to reach spots on your back, into your low back, hips even, work really well with this. So again, I can select my attachment. I'm going to place the attachment on the wrap, and then I'm going to take and move this up and over And then just pick a spot. Wherever I feel like there's a tender or tension spot, I can select that spot. Okay, I'm a little tender right there. So I'm just gonna take and move into my wrap. So then once I'm strapped into place, same thing, make sure the valve is closed. Once the valve is closed, begin to pump up the pressure. And one of the tips that I would have for you, make sure that you get the wrap tight, okay? You don't want to start with a really loose wrap. You want that wrap to be nice and tight, so that way it can begin to build pressure right away. Otherwise, you might not feel it right away, okay? So then continue to compress, move, move, move. Once that pressure is on and you're really feeling it, then I can create movement. Again, I can take and release, take the valve off. Now I can create movement. However I want to create that movement, allow that attachment to really press into the muscle tissue while it creates that contract relax sequence. Okay? And that's it for the basics of each tool and how it works. Hope you enjoy it.